think that a proper introduction might be in place here right now. So here we go. Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Sub0xTbyte and I am shooting right back at you with another video today. So alright, as you guys can see, we have got ourselves some unexpected visitors today. But I am not mad at that. And the only reason why I am not mad at that is because I am going to be a changed man from now on. I am not just going to cast out all the noobs that come to me for my experienced help and such. No, I am going to change them by changing myself and my outlook on said noobs or hackers. So I will be getting some stuff together and I am going to make sure that this noob does not have anything to do with getting my house blown up by turning him into a pro. And yes, by him I mean this little Steve guy right here who pretty much knows less than Jon Snow when it comes to Minecraft. Yes, that was a pop culture joke. Get with it, you all. But today I will be finding out where all of these noobs get their TNT from, because they have a lot of that, man. So let's get a move on, you guys, and follow me to the other side of this landfill right here. So like I told you guys a second ago, I am going to be a changed man from this point forward. And you might want to ask why. Well, let me tell you guys why I am going to change my ways with the noobs and hackers. Because I have been asking myself what I could do to get rid of this noob problem, and of course the growing hacker problem. But who actually is better? No one really knows now, do they? I mean, you can of course guess, but that never got anyone far. So today I will be putting this to the test. So we have a lot to do because I need to build a portal to a TNT dimension, and I think that we can have a little fun with this because no one actually knows what is down there. But I think that of course the TNT will be the best. I mean, that would be anyone their first bet. But then again, I think that I still might come out on top just because I feel like I have got a lot of experience with all of this stuff here, and most of them out there do not share that same skill set. So I am following my thoughts here. Now of course, like I said, we're going to do some research and it is going to be amazing. Of course there are a lot of things and we should have been doing right now. We are not doing that. We're living our own life right now. Our lives to just go ahead and do some searching. So I'm going to take you on this journey. Was going to really awesome, and we're never going to stop believing. I mean, literally cannot stop believing. Are based on stop believing from journey. That's some as a joke. Now let's go ahead and do this. I mean, we're already jumping. We're not getting very far, to be honest, so we'll just have to hang on, get with it, and make sure that we finally get this done, because no one wants to walk around all day. I mean, why walk around? We can be trumping. That is the best of thing ever, and I'm not kidding. So what do you guys think of this? I mean, I really like it. So I'm hoping to you guys will like this video as well. Otherwise this would all be for naught, and we would not win that. I mean, I do not win that. Now I am not the best person in detective work on YouTube, but at least I try, so it doesn't really matter that going on, which is nice. Now of course you might be thinking, what are we doing in the nether? Well, I mean, we could have been doing anything else right now, but or doing that. I mean, why wouldn't we? I mean, I had a dream about this, and the dream was awesome, so I would like to go ahead and use jump around all day long. Otherwise I'm probably going to be bored, and I do not want to be bored. I mean, it's not fun. I did all want to sit on my couch all day long, and I just want to do something. Now you might be like, why would you not want to sit on your couch all day long? Well, that is a good question, but it has great answer, and the answer will be, the answer to this $1 million question is that I do not like that. I do not want that. And I will never want to just sit on my couch all day long. So let's make the best of this so we can go out and do everything that we like, and doing some freaking stuff. I mean, this is not outdated, right? I mean, I still like it, so it could not be outdated. So let's go ahead and do all we want to do so that we can enjoy ourselves and have a great time and do whatever we want. It is something that makes you think, does it not? But well, we are not here to think now, are we? We are here because we want to see things getting blown up. And you know, you are not wrong for coming here for just that, because that is basically the only reason why I am here. But then again, you can guess that we are also just here to fool around and not talk about serious topics for a while. So please excuse me if I go too far on some subject, but sometimes it is rather hard for me not to talk about things that I know a lot about. So like I said, please just excuse me for that. Now this thing did not really care about my computer apparently, because I am lagging so hard right now. It is actually actually pretty insane to me right now, man. I am looking for something that will take out these John Doe without dealing too much damage to the surrounding neighborhood, but this did not even leave my PC safe. So I will just have to keep testing and see whatever I can come up with to make something like this. And then of course I will have to go out of my way to make something, some type of device around here. No, who will tell me that I was the one who orchestrated something like that? This might just be my way out of all of this. Now let's make sure that we have some sort of second opinion when it comes to the TNT bombs. Alright, let's see. Okay, this might actually be coming in handy if you are with your back against a wall, but you know, I mean, come on, I want something that will just blow them out of their way without giving me too much of a headache with the cleaning or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I can protect my land from random intruders. Now we take this little global disaster for a spin, but something is telling me that this is a little bit too much for what I want to achieve. And what is happening right now, I actually think that these bombs are a little too big for my comfort. And oh dear God, would you just look at that right there? This is a global disaster. That is something that is clearly obvious. But you know, I think that I know where that lagging is coming from actually. I actually think that some of these bombs are way too big for anything that they actually rip a hole in space-time, and it actually puts time to a dead stop and just continues after the fact. That might be what is going on here. But okay, stop the smarty pants talk. There is no time for that. And it is not like any of you guys care about something like that when you just want to see some stuff getting blown to pieces. And so am I, but like I said, I am a scientist and I want to understand what is happening when I see something that I cannot explain. It is just that easy. I see something that I cannot understand or explain and I start to theorize and analyze about what has happened. So this is that exact same thing. Now, like always, the freaking aftermath of all of this is just insane. I am actually starting to kind of feel bad for this fella right here. But then again, I am not really, even though you know he kind of lost versus John Doe. Oh well, that might be a spoiler, but maybe I should cut him some slack. But I am not sure if I am going to be doing that just now. So let's continue and go on with what we call science. I mean, the only difference between fooling around and science is when you blow something up for fun, it is fooling around. But when you blow something up and you actually write the results down, well, that means you are doing science. There is a thin gray line, and that is where I am operating in right now. Now of course you can see it right now. I would not be calling it a problem if I was not the one being affected by this. I mean, like I said, I do not mind that there are noobs around. And I do not even mind that they are in my Minecraft world, but just the fact that they always follow me and expect me to deal with them is just insane. It is just weird that these people always come to me when they need to get some stuff done for them. I mean, I am just a normal guy. I am not some kind of butt wipe that does not like other people. But he is just a tool in my opinion, man. Now that I said that I did not mind doing these things, but it is just that there is so much to do and I am just wasting my times on these guys who come to me as a noob and then leave me having learned nothing and just have done some damage. Well, oh my god, I am not sure what I have just unleashed, but I can tell you that these are a lot of TNT around here to build with. But you know, I guess the maid will clean all of that up. Okay, so here is a little backstory for all of this TNT building fun that is about to happen. Now, the last couple of weeks in Minecraft I have been just down and out and I have kind of shut myself off when it comes to Minecraft. But I think that it is time for me to make a comeback and I am going to see what it is like to actually get something done here through the eyes of a Steve, and see if there is any change to my style of building or the things that I do just because I am a Steve. I mean, that will help me with handling and helping other Steve people and noobs and such, so I am actually kind of excited for this right now, if I can say that. Well, let's just make sure that we can have a great day right now, shall we? Again and again I keep having these noobs finding out where I live and it is just driving me nuts. Now I have already tried training the noobs in order to make them respect me and know a thing or two about the game. Now that did not work at all, because that literally just blew up in my face. Then I have gone the complete other way around and I just started planting traps everywhere, which again just ended up blowing up in my face, taking my house with them. Then I gave the training another shot, which did not work at all. And then after that everything got pretty calm again. But then people started stealing out of my chest, and that is when I went into full defense mode again and I started hiding the chests that I own just so that people cannot get to them. And as you know, if you do not know where something is, then you cannot get to it and you cannot take anything out of said thing. Now that kind of worked, but that only solved one problem. And do not get me wrong, it did actually solve the problem with people stealing stuff out of my chest, but it did not solve the problem where people were still coming into my house every other freaking day. Now right now, like I said, I am going to be trying something different, because I will make sure that I am going to understand everything that happens inside of the mind of a noob, and that I am able to see what is going on inside of the mind of someone who is new to building all of these things and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much the goal of today right now. Let's make this work, guys. That is like the best idea that I have ever come up with right now. But first things first, I am already proud of the fact that I was able to get the idea from myself, which I had applied to the chest/stealing problem. So that was a pretty awesome thing, to be honest. But I was able to apply that same idea that I used on the chest problem, and I am going to be putting it to work with the housing problem that I have got right now. But I am just hoping that once I am done with all of this right here, that I can just live here in peace again. But something is telling me that this will not work out the way that I wanted it to. It is just something that I feel coming up. I mean, that does not mean that this is a bad thing. I mean, I would rather have things go wrong while I am in the beginning stages of building this, because otherwise I would have to start all over again when I am almost done. But that is not something that I want to do right now. So I am just praying to the gods that this will actually work in one go, and that I can finally have a good night of sleep again. But talking about me sleeping is not going to be getting us this house finished, because there is a lot of building that will need to happen right now, otherwise we are still left with nothing. So our plan of attack right here, or actually rather my plan of attack right here, since you guys are not actually helping me on this little mission of mine. But as I was saying, the plan of attack, we will have to make something out of redstone so we can actually make the house disappear. I mean, we have already tried to just hide the house inside of a rock wall, which did not end up being a good thing after all. So we are going to have to move on to another strategy, and that was where I came across an older video of mine where I was teaching a noob some cool Minecraft stuff some time ago. So I was like, maybe I can use my own tricks to save myself for a change. So that was what I was going to try and do. So let me just tell you that I am quite excited to be getting some sleep again very soon. And I will need some sleep because I keep getting tired. Well, you are asking why I am sleepy. So I am going to start with all of these tools that I handpicked for this specific job just back there. And I am going to be installing some more TNT who will let me know that there is someone out here sneaking around and about. And if there is one thing that I do not like, then it will be getting caught in the back with my eyes looking the other way, which would be pretty normal when someone is coming around from the back. But you know, that is all just metaphorically speaking. But these things will allow me to see that there is an intruder coming in hot, because there will be a light that will start burning once someone has set foot on one of the pressure plates. This is just one of the most ingenious ways to keep some out in like ever. I mean that there is not much that actually could be going wrong, but of course I will be taking the good with the bad in this equation. And right now the pros outweigh the cons of building something like this, especially when the cons are just the hard work and the payment stuff. So I think I am just going to be arming the whole perimeter of the house with TNT like this, so that I will always know where my enemies are coming from no matter what. But I can tell you that when the day comes, I am going to be celebrating so hard that it actually is pretty insane to myself. I mean, I am going to be excited like crazy once I am all done with this thing, because I just think that after all this time that I just deserve a little break from everything right now. I mean, we have been through a lot the last couple of months. As you may remember, the fact that Christmas ended was just a really big setback for me, because I just love working under the spell of Christmas and underneath the spell of the mistletoe. So to not have that anymore is just a big blow for me personally. But I had to get through that, and I did get through that quite successfully. But that was the point where all of the noobs came tagging along and starting invading all of my personal space. And I know that all of this sounds really familiar and stuff. And to be honest, the last couple of months I have just been a broken record running over and over again, because I just cannot stop talking about the noobs where all of this started with. And I think that I have got plenty of reason for that, but that does not matter. So basically what I am going to do right now is set up a booby trap this entire house. I mean, the house is TNT. Yes, like I said, this is something that sounds really strange, but this is also just something that has to be done right now, and I am going to go through with it no matter what. So what I mean by booby trapping this house, I mean, I have already booby-trapped the outside perimeter. And of course, if you have not done this already, there is this pretty big red button next to my channel name and it says subscribe. So please, if you like what I am doing right here, drop a sub on me and you will actually become one of my subs. So I will be sub, you guys will be subs, and we will all be subs, and we will be living on happily ever after, as long as the shelter will hold, of course. I have no idea if it will, but I hope that it will. And please do not tell me that he saw me go into this place. I am begging everything that might be up there to help me in this bitter time and protect me from this guy called Steve, because he is a creep, and all the other noobs, of course. But on this note, I was Sub-Zero,